Alrighty, what is going on, everybody? Coming back at you with another video. Today we are going to be talking about the infamous TaKuMi FujiWARA. He is an anime character, and he is the main character in Initial D. Initial D is an anime that's pretty much all about cars, racing cars, and driving them up and down mountains really fast, and making cool noises and explosions out of exhausts, and just beating people up. Well, not really beating people up, but just driving cars really fast up and down a hill. So, TaKuMi FujiWARA, he's a high school kid, and he pretty much has this innate driving skill that his father has been cultivating in him for probably, I think he said since he was in 6th grade or something like that, but he's in high school now and he just graduated as a senior. So he's been driving cars for pretty much way before he had his driver's license, just doing work and jobs for his dad without him really even knowing it. But as time went on and he's been driving the car, his idea of driving, he just wanted to go do the deliveries his dad sent him off to do and then come right back home afterwards, and he wanted to go there as fast as possible. So as time went on, he realized how to drive the car as fast as possible. He started driving a little bit faster every single day from 6th grade up until his graduation day of high school, and every single time he drove the car faster, he ended up finding new techniques and new things on the road that'll get him from point A to point B as fast as possible. The car that he drives is a 1986, I believe, Toyota AE86, and it's a Trueno, which means that it has pop-up headlights, and it has all the fancy, it's a Panda Trueno, so it has the fancy stickers on the side, that like the black stickers, and on the back it says Trueno, and then it has, in Japanese text on the side, Fujiwara's Tofu Shop all in Japanese lettering. So, TaKuMi FujiWARA, who is he? Well, I just kind of said a little bit about who he is, but what is his main focus, main ideal in the story? Well, to be honest, from the beginning of the story, nothing. He doesn't really have any drive or determination to do much of really anything. He's actually just a lazy, stubborn kid. He doesn't really do a lot, but every once in a while you'll catch him thinking. He's always thinking. And he doesn't really even know in the beginning on why he's thinking, and nobody really else knows why he's thinking either. He kind of just goes off in a daze, and he has moments of the inner person that he is kind of coming out every once in a while. But it only really hits him until one summer, I think in his senior year or junior year of high school, where he was driving down the mountain, obviously as fast as he could, coming home from a delivery, and he ran into this other car that was also driving down the mountain as fast as possible. So he didn't think anything of it, and he flew by the car like the car wasn't even moving, and he pretty much kept going on with his day. The other car was a professional driver, and he's never seen any skills like this person ever in his life before. So he's conflicted. He's looking for this guy pretty much every single day, and he never finds him. He goes to a gas station, asks around, looks around where he can find him. And it's on complete accident that they end up racing again. It's not even that he wants to. He kind of gets forced into it, and he's very stubborn, so he doesn't like getting forced into it. But as time goes on, it's like, what the hell? His dad went up to him and said, "Hey, I heard you were having this race with this kid." TaKuMi wasn't into it. He didn't want to have this race at all. And he's pretty much, the only reason why he raced him is because he swayed him, because his dad wouldn't let him have the car to go on a date with a girl. So he used the power of a girl over him and pretty much said, if you don't race this kid and whoop his ass by street racing, then I'm not going to let you have the car. And apparently this kid doesn't know what it's like to have a full tank of gas in his car. So his father filling up the tank of gas for him is like gold. So yeah, up until that point, he's thinking still all the time. But something happens. He has the race with this kid. And this professional driver, not this kid, this professional kid driver, let's say, he beats him pretty easily. But then the gears in his head start turning. He actually semi-enjoyed the race a little bit. He felt a little bit of an adrenaline rush for the first time. Something got him going. He was actually interested. He's like, huh, I made everyone really happy by driving really fast, and I kind of felt good just being able to go as fast as this guy, because this guy's the fastest, and I was able to beat him. So now he's got a little bit of adrenaline pumping through his veins, and pretty much he's starting to think about racing and starting to drive a little bit more. He ends up racing another car, and this is the hardest car, pretty much, I'm assuming, to date to this point. And it's an absolute monster of a car, and it's pretty much unbeatable, especially back in these times in the early 90s. And he's just in a Corolla. So, this other character comes into play, and again, this time, TaKuMi actually wants to race him, because everyone's selling him on this idea that this is the most difficult car that you can race on the mountain pass. And he doesn't care if he wins, and he doesn't care if he loses. He's like, I don't give a shit. I'm going to race this guy, and I'm pretty much going to whoop his ass, because he likes challenges. As time goes on, he gets more drawn to challenges. He wants to get faster and faster and faster. And he starts becoming crazed with this idea of becoming the absolute fastest driver. And then that ends up being his dream. So, he's raced pretty much two of the fastest drivers in the area so far, and then he's raced a couple of other people in between for more story arc related reasons. Yes, for the reasons of him wanting to pursue his dream of becoming the fastest, but he's still quite not 100% on that dream. He's still thinking. He doesn't really stop thinking about it until stage 2, I believe, of Initial D, where it's finite in stone. But this is the analysis of TaKuMi FujiWARA in stage 1. So the word gets around, he's a driver, and, there's this 8.6 that everyone's talking about. Nobody really knows who he is, but they just know the car is really fast, and everyone's so curious to see who's behind the wheel. Other people are also under the illusion that this 8.6 Corolla that he has something, a beast under the hood, is the fastest car ever, and it's built like a supercar or something like that, but it's actually just a Corolla that's very finely tuned, and it doesn't make any more power than all the other cars. It actually makes way less than half. So he's at a complete disadvantage in every single way, but his skill can compensate for that, because he's just that good of driving. So the word gets around. He meets a couple of other drivers, challenges them, starts whooping their butts, and then all of a sudden, in the end, there's this character named Ryosuke Takahashi, and he's the top dog. He is the driver among all drivers. He is the best in the world. Everyone wants him. Everyone wants to be him. Men want to be him. Ladies love him. There's everything. This guy is pretty much the coolest dude on the planet, and he's the top dog when it comes to racing on the mountain. So that gets TaKuMi's brain working again. He's like, I gotta race this guy. Well, luckily this guy challenged TaKuMi to a race, and that was going to be the race of all races. Two unbeatable people racing together, and there's only going to be one winner. TaKuMi ends up winning by the skin of his teeth. It was very close. He fumbled a lot during the race, and the other guy fumbled a lot during the race as well. Miscalculations and overdriving, not driving hard enough, just a bunch of crazy scenarios coming into play on what makes this race so interesting. Impossible passes. I don't even know if they're possible in real life. I'm sure they are if you try really hard. But all of this leads up to one point. Finalizing his dream. All these races prove to him that he just wants to be faster and faster. Yes. That is the case. He just wants to get faster and faster and faster, and then faster than the next guy. That is his ultimate goal, and he will do anything to get there. And he refuses to even... I'll just have a little tidbit spoiler, but it helps with the character development. In the second stage, he even kind of refuses to have another engine installed in his car just because he wants to see how far he can go with the little amount of, I guess, physical mechanical equipment that he has. he believes he's more of a mental person. He's not very physical. He learns a little bit about cars as time goes on, but he mostly goes on feeling, a complete gut reaction. And he's perfected this skill so well that if you apply a mechanical part to his car or something like that, or adjust something, he will completely change the way he drives just based on feeling and mental thought. So he is an absolute monster and a beast of a driver. There's pretty much nobody who can beat him. So, TaKuMi FujiWARA, everyone. He picks up chicks like every other, pretty much he's irresistible to chicks for some reason. He's very elusive, and I think that for some reason he attracts these chicks in this anime, as one, because the writers said so, and two, because he's this very elusive character that is very difficult to understand. So I think that's a pretty cool insight about him. What else is there? I don't even know. I mean, that's kind of it. I mean, he's just a cool dude. And I even want to be him. That's how cool he is. So, yeah. TaKuMi FujiWARA. Thank you.